I don't think people realize what happened in the Champions League last night because if you look at the scorelines, it feels normal. But when you actually watch the games, this changes a lot. Let's start with Madrid because this is where things really get interesting. Real Madrid at home, and they never really looked in control. Bayern came in, and from the first few minutes, they were just sharper, winning second balls, more aggressive in midfield, and Madrid, they were reacting instead of controlling the game. You could see the warning signs early. Bayern were getting really into good areas, pushing Madrid back, and it felt like something was coming. Two open sitters, which were completely missed by Bayern. First, by Upamecano, he was literally in front of goal. He had to just put his foot behind the ball, and that's all. Second, missed by Nabri. He was one on one with the keeper. He took it from the outside of the right foot and missed the chance. Then the goal happens. Diaz makes it 1-0, and suddenly the whole stadium goes quiet, like this wasn't part of the script. At the start of second half, Harry Kane scores immediately. An amazing goal outside of the box, 2-0 at the Bernabéu. At this point, Bayern fans were like, wait, isn't this going too well? And now the entire game changes because Bayern don't need to force anything anymore. They can sit deeper, control the tempo, and wait for Madrid to make mistakes. And to be fair, Madrid did respond. They pushed forward. Mbappe gets the goal. Crowd wakes up for a moment, and it feels like, here we go again. You know that feeling where even if you're not a Real Madrid fan, you're like, yeah, they're scoring again, right? But this time, it never fully clicked. And big reason for that was Manuel Neuer. At the age of 40, the kind of saves that he pulled out last night, pulled. You understand, right? Every time Madrid got close, he was there. At the age of 40, Manuel Neuer is still in his prime. Bayern were controlling the game. They were not surviving, even during Madrid's best moments. So now the question is simple. Are Madrid actually in trouble? Because this tie is far from under control. And it wasn't just Madrid, because Arsenal had a very similar game. They looked comfortable, they had the ball, they created chances, they were clearly the better team. But they made one big mistake. They didn't finish it. And in the Champions League, this is all it takes. Because when you let teams hang around, they start to believe. Sporting stayed in the game, waited for moments, and slowly you could feel the shift. Sporting played with more confidence, more intent, and suddenly Arsenal didn't look as comfortable. Arsenal didn't lose the game, but they definitely didn't help themselves either. They left the door open, and in the Champions League, that door doesn't stay closed for long. So now you look at the bigger picture. Madrid are vulnerable, Arsenal are not comfortable, and Bayern, they just made a serious statement. Because if they can control a game like that at Bernabeu, they can do it against anyone. They don't just look like contenders, they look like one of the strongest teams left. And that's why last night matters. Because it didn't just give us the results, it changed the entire feeling around this entire tournament. And now the Champions League is wide open.